Welcome to the MiDday Vibez. MiDday Vibez, vibration.
Yeah, we vibing in the midday on the Wednesday at 2 p.m. Me, Ebony K, girl, boy, your host every day. Ay, ay. And podcast is the only way. Ay, ay, ay.
Welcome to the MiDday
Let's chat about
Vibez.
this, let's laugh about that. We promise the topics keep you coming back. So like I said, let me say it again. MiDday Vibez, Wednesday at 2.
We live.
Yeah, we be going in podcasting. Ay, Facebook. Yeah, yeah. Sugar crazy. Yeah, hello.
MiDday Vibez, 2 p.m. each and every Wednesdays. We vibing.
Hey, y'all, hey. Oh. Y'all already know it is another Wednesday.
Hello, world. Hey, y'all. Hey. Hump day, hoot your mama.
Okay, it is another Wednesday, y'all. And y'all know it's me, Ebony K. And y'all already know I got something to say. I actually got a lot to say today.
Been over, ho. Show me what you're working with. Okay, then.
Because we is blessed to be here another Wednesday. A lot of people did not make it to see today, okay?
That's to be in the service.
And shout out and say prayers to them and their families. And also, a lot of people are out of power right now. Who that is? Is that me? Oh, that was me.
I gotta be.
Yeah, I thought I turned it down. But a lot of people are out of power today, y'all. And I just want to say, where y'all candles at? Because if you got them, hit me up.
Okay.
Okay.
That Sugar Boss made candles as well. You feel
Get
me?
you some sugar spiritual candles, light your house up, and also protect your house as well. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Bring that money in.
Right. So, girl, boy,
How was your week? That's just
how was your week? I was gonna say, how you gonna cut me off?
Because I wanted to ask you, how was your week?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, y'all, I just want to say I have had an amazing week, y'all. Like, I can't even say, like, I can't even put it in words. Like, you know, like, I don't even have a word for how good my week has been. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing a lot of things. Shout out to Blacksmith Entertainment. I've been doing movies with them. Son of a Preacher coming soon. So that was fun to be in there. Also, shout out to KDZ, Dennis Reed. Yes. For Red Flags premiere. Okay. Because the Red Flags premiere now. I don't know what I was expecting, but I'm going to just let y'all know y'all topped the expectations that whatever it was I was expecting. Okay. It was beyond.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was so nice and beautiful to see, like, so many people come and support somebody. Like, the support was definitely real. Okay. And that's something that we lack these days with people, like support, you know, getting somebody out there to support you, you know. So just to see so many people came to support the actors, support the comedians that was in the movie, support KDZ and Dennis Reed. You know, it was a lot of more filmmakers out there, a lot of more production. Shout out to Darren Brown Films. He was in the building. It was just so many people in the building, and it was just great and beautiful. Outside of that, y'all know I already have events every weekend. So shout out to them keeping me booked and busy, okay? So the wedding this weekend wasn't too exciting. I just had a bunch of fillers, bunch of liquor. Didn't have a specialty drink. They had some frozen drinks, was pretty cool. So frozen margaritas is always good, you know, in the hot time. So that was pretty cool. And it was in a barn. They had it inside of a barn, like where horses used to be. Mm-hmm. So we still had the stables in there, like stable stalls in there and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool, like a nice rustic venue feel. Y'all can check that out. I got it posted on the Sugar Box Cocktail page. Okay, so girl, boy, how was your week?
Girl, okay, I thought it was never going to get to me, and that's just
I had a busy week.
Look, listen. Y'all already know I had a really good weekend. I had, the barbershop. Shout out to the kids that's going back to school because.
Okay, yeah, shout out to them.
Listen here, I thought I was going to the barbershop early, thinking I was about to get in there early, and nobody was gonna be in there. Girl, everybody was in the barbershop. I was like, oh man, because I do kind of, y'all see my little crispy little lineup. You know what I'm saying? It's probably about to be a little time for another one, but thank y'all, everybody that's out in the comments right here.
Yes, thank y'all for watching, tuning
coming out and vibing out
in.
at the party with us, y'all. Y'all already know we got a good show, but listen here, you already talked about the your weekend, so all I can do is just show you. If listen here, if you don't believe me, take that to the motherfucking bank. You hear me? I just gotta show y'all what was what. You feel me?
See, it was really great. Y'all see our shirts.
Y'all okay? MiDday Vibez each and every Wednesday. We thank y'all so much for coming back each and every Wednesdays and vibing out with us right here. But let me tell you, I'm gonna show y'all better than I could tell y'all. Because some people don't believe me. Let me show y'all.
They think it's a game.
They said pull up, not to the murder man, but pull up.
Yes.
So that's what I was doing, y'all. If y'all ain't believe me, take that to the bank, because that's what I was on this whole weekend. It was a blessing to be in the building. Mm-hmm. Everybody was just embracing the MiDday vibes. Everybody was embracing Girl Boy. It was just, after you just look at the video, you could just tell, like, you know what I'm saying? It was nothing but a vibe. Like, it was nothing but a vibe. Everybody that you seen on the video was smiling. So it wasn't nothing but a vibe. But we want to, we just want to thank Homestead Entertainment, The Easy for the Red Flash premiere, and the movie. It was lit. And also, shout out to Detroit Table Talk that's in the building. Shout out to Ballin' with Rich each and every Sundays. Detroit Table Talk each and every Saturdays. We gotta give a big dog shout out to my girl Renee Drake. That's everywhere. Roll up and roll in
we
here.
Definitely got a shout out to Drake.
Yeah, because she was for sure.
She was our camera lady.
Yeah, she was our camera lady. She took all of. Yeah, you heard me.
Assistant.
Okay. She did her thing. She was everywhere.
Security.
Yeah, she was everywhere. She was everywhere. So
she did her thing. She represented MiDday Vibez too.
Yeah, that was a good, and also the movie was good alone. And I feel like we needed that as a as a whole for Detroit. So that was lit. Everybody showed up and showed out.
Now to talk about that movie though. Because you said the movie alone. That had just...
Well, but listen here. The thing is, I don't want to go ahead. We can talk about it, but I don't want to talk it too much. Because y'all niggas should have been there. You feel me?
Y'all definitely missed a good quality movie. Like, I don't even think I would have thought this was like one of the regular like Detroit movies. I actually would have thought like this was a movie that came out Paramount. You know, who else do the funny movies? Lionsgate.
Right.
You know, it was definitely giving that feel to the movie, and that was awesome. Like funny, it gave good comedy, like just natural comedy. That's hard to do in a movie, giving that natural comedy. You know, because sometimes those movies, like especially being our color trying to do comedy movies, sometimes we take it over the top. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it be we try to force the laugh out of you, you know?
Yeah.
But that was just so natural. Like it was just like, what? You know, I can't believe this. Like just dying laughing. So yeah, shout out to them for making that. Go ahead. Shout out to K Deezy for writing that. Right. Okay.
His first movie, so that's what's up. But
yes.
we gonna get into this show. We got a good show today.
Yes. A delicious. Should I say a delicious show today?
Okay. Delicious show.
We got a delicious.
Not only
show today.
That's the thing. Not only do we got a chef in the building, but he's the owner of the building. You heard me?
Yes.
So we're gonna welcome. Look at me. I'm clapping like I ain't got the clap. I ain't got the clap. Listen, like I ain't got the clap. Like we gonna bring. We got Chef Godwin in the building today.
Y'all, give us some love, y'all.
Give us some love. What's up?
Happy to be here.
Yes.
For sure. We thank you so much for vibing out with us.
Yes.
For vibing out with us.
Thank you for having me on the show. And I just want to compliment y'all production. This is super fire.
I thank you so much. I thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, what I was about to say. So, how was your week? Tell us about how your week went.
Well, so far, you know, most of the time, I'm either in the kitchen or I'm doing a project. I just recently started a nonprofit for a video game, increasing diversity, equity, and inclusion within the video game space for people of color, children of color.
Okay. So, what that consists of, like?
Yeah, well, so you know, a lot of people don't know. I went to Wayne State University on a football scholarship.
Okay,
and
congratulations.
Thank you. And my father was one of the original programmers for Marvin with the state of Michigan.
Okay.
So he went to school for computer science, and I followed in his footsteps. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to continue my degree in computer science. I ended up changing over to a business and industrial organization psychology. But the reason being that there wasn't a lot of support within the video game space. And since then, that was back in 2002, since then, in the United States alone, this space has garnered about $139 billion, of which 70% of that commerce comes from people of color.
Okay.
And only 10% of us are at the table. So specific activities that we do right now is we have a partnership with the Boys and Girls Club of Southeast Michigan, and we specifically work with an industry club program where we have youth over the age of 13 up to almost 18, and they work with us, making anywhere from 10 to 13 an hour, learning how to facilitate social media channels, knowing how to facilitate aspects of business within the video game space. And we run them through the programs and teach them.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
Yes, that's really cool.
I had to take my shades off. Usually I keep the shades on, but it's cool. So what you was about to say, Ebony K?
I
was about to say, so it's like it's kind of basically like y'all test take. I can't even get it out.
There's a couple different ways that we go about it. So the first way we go about it is if you want to be a professional gamer. So like this is like a game career. You play video games nonstop. So we had a panel recently with the Pistons. Every team in the NBA has an official NBA 2K team, a video game team.
Right.
They draft for this. They have coaches. They got players. They practice. And on average, a rookie contract is somewhere between 50 and 150K to play in a season. A season lasts for 6 months. So that's the first one. We try to break you through whatever game of your choice and how to get into the competitive nature, competitive aspects of that game.
Right.
The other things that we do are more so related to streaming and social media, Content House.
Right.
We recently had a young lady on the guest panel. She goes by Miss Pinky. She's a mother.
Okay, shout out to Pinky.
Shout out to Miss Pinky, for real. She is a hustler. She hold it down, and as of right now today, I believe this is all she does. She makes over somewhere between 50 and 150 a year just facilitating online streaming. She goes on, she plays video games, she's bona fide and sponsored by Facebook Gaming. Pandora, for example, gave her a Pandora bracelet, customized Miss Pinky. She got a custom built computer system. A lot of opportunities for streaming. And then the other aspects are the auxiliary things, like if you want to be a writer, who makes the characters, who comes up with the plot of these games, who comes with, a lot of that, even the music, who comes with the music. One of my favorite examples to use is Fallout Boy.
Fallout Boys, is those the ones with the dreads?
They were
the white guy with the dreads?
The white guy, So when they first came out, no one knew who they were. It wasn't until they got into, they were placed in a Madden, like one of their songs was placed in a Madden video game. And then from there, they blew up. They started getting tours, they started getting booked, and the next thing you know, they're on MTV and Music Awards and all of that. So I say all that to say that there's so many opportunities within the video game space that is being directly garnered through us and our influence. Like a lot of, you can turn to anything. You see hip hop music, you see people emulating us and everything that we do. But when it comes to who's getting the checks and how that's distributed out, we're not at the table as much as we should be.
Okay, so with that being said, is it a way that we can break away and make our own game? Because you're saying it you're I just heard that you said something about the 2K. How can you be interested in is this something you'll be interested in 2K, or is you interested in the music side? So is it a way that we can come up with our own game?
100%. And that's something that I think that really is the crux of it, is the very first, and this is just all of us in general, the very first game that featured a person of color wasn't until 1976. And when you take a look at every single video game, you can catalog all the video games that are out there right now, only 10% even feature people of color.
Right.
You take sports games out, it drops down to 4%. And then what's crazy is within that 4%, the stereotype association with how the black character is cast is, I think 60% of the time, the person of color is either a sidekick, the villain, or some aspect of comedic relief.
Right.
They're never the main guy. They're never the one in charge of everything and all that. And that just comes to us being behind the scenes, making the stories, us being behind the scenes, generating the graphics, or what people of color actually look like in the video games.
Right. Exactly. I feel that. Because me playing video games, I can say I don't really see that many people of color in the video games.
It's like that. I'm a chef. I've been in the kitchen, and a lot of times, we have 3 restaurant locations now, and we're in grocery stores. But
I was just about to get into that.
Get into that.
And when we first started, I never forget. I was sitting here in an office much like this, and the guy at the bank was telling me. And this was early. He was like, we just don't have confidence in African food selling here in Detroit. And I was like, this is like Detroit's all like gentrified now, but back then it was still like 95% black. I'm like, how you figure?
Right.
So they denied me. I had to go out here and sell it from the trunk, if you will.
Right. But, nothing wrong with that.
Right. We're here now.
Right.
But it's just the lack of accessibility within our communities oftentimes that's really the barrier. You could just walk through the door and someone lets you in, and now you on. But because of the accessibility, you don't know that this meeting is going on, for example, or you don't know that there's these types of resources available, for example. Even if we look at the PPP loan and the rate at which that distribution went out to businesses not of color compared to businesses of color, and how fast it happened,
Right. You know what? You showed them right. And they got more money on their PPP loan. They was only handing out that little 20 max to people of color.
It's deep, so I can't like... Yeah, I've been throwing these proverbs out, like, they say, like, if you carry your own water, you're going to remember every drop. I want to make sure that we get the opportunity to carry the water.
Right, that's dope, though.
Right.
I never heard that, but that's a good one. Say that again for the people in the background.
If you carry your own water, you're going to remember every drop.
Oh,
okay.
Ooh.
Y'all heard it on the MiDday Vibe.
That jam.
Before we get into the food, I wanted to ask you, what do you gain from this nonprofit organization working with the kids? Why is it just not just a organization? A nonprofit organization. What do you gain from it? So,
to be honest with you, I'm not really gaining anything from it outside of just knowing that what happened with me won't happen again. I went to private school. I went to U of D Jesuit High School and Academy. And I graduated with a football scholarship to Wayne State University to pursue a career in computer science.
Right.
And it wasn't like I had somebody who looked like me or acted like me or was from my background or the places that I had to grow up when I was coming up direct me and tell me, like, hey, these are the moves you have to make, or this is the type of way you need to be thinking, or this is 5-year planning and all that. No one was really doing that with us back then. And so to be able to, at the very least, put those seeds inside the youth that we have in Detroit and then potentially have them grow from it or have them benefit from it or even continue the seed going means a lot, and video games aren't all bad. They have studies that show that people who participate in organized video game programs within school-based settings, so not just playing video games without purpose, but playing video games with intention and functions behind it, have been shown to have an increasing GPA, have been shown to test higher in test scores, as well as other things. Caller. Talk to me now.
We got a caller.
Hey, that's dope.
Okay, hey.
Hey, caller, hey. Caller.
Hello?
Hello, caller.
Hey, caller.
Hey, caller, hey. Talk to me nice.
Oh, what happened?
Can you hear us, caller?
Hello?
Okay, call back, caller.
Right. I heard him say hello. And that was it.
This is the dopest show I've been on.
Caller. Call us back, caller.
Oh, there they go.
Hello, caller. Can you hear us?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear us? We can hear you.
You whispering? Look at this caller. I don't know.
Call us back, caller. Call us back, caller.
Yes.
Okay, yes. So, finish what you were saying. I'm sorry about that.
Well, essentially, the short of the long is it's very beneficial to be inside of a program like this because of the after effects.
Yeah.
Most people don't know there's scholarships within the video game industry and why that is important.
Right. Here our caller. Let's see. Hey, caller.
Talk to us nice. Hello. Caller. Hello.
I'm not getting the connection, so I'm gonna hang up.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this is
Look at this caller.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but so one of the biggest scholarships, right? You get all your school paid for, your room and board. But why this is very important is because of the recent endorsement setup that just came out where collegiate athletes can retain all of their endorsements despite scholarships. So this is great because the difference between a regular collegiate sport, like we'll use basketball, for example, is that the video game players are already online. They already have their followings. They already have aspects of their audiences that can be monetized, that can be tapped into, that can be mobilized. And a lot of the athletes that play more traditional sports don't have that yet.
Right.
So it gives the youth who are positioned right a great opportunity to leverage that community, to build on that community. And what happens is later on down the line, they might be able to get a Home Depot contract or a Home Depot commercial, right? So these like little aspects can lead to a lot bigger plays with the right game plan.
Yeah. Okay. And guidance. Yeah, that's awesome.
That's cool. That's cool.
That is
Shout
really
out to
cool.
You, for even, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I'm gonna have to connect my nephew with you because he wanted to do
Boys and Girls Club Southeast Michigan.
That's what he said. He wanted to be a gamer. He wanted to be a professional gamer. That's what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
So let's get off into the food.
Yes. Okay, let's go on the chef side of things.
Okay, let's go. Right. Let's go to the chef side of things. Okay.
Let's do it.
You hear me?
Yes.
So what made you do the Caribbean? Like what?
So when we first started, this is a little bit of the history of Young Village. So Young Village originally started off as an A&R representation company for people within the food industry. So when we originally started it, I set it up as a cloud-based company. The whole idea being that we would facilitate events and we would facilitate the management and marketing of culinary-based artists and business individuals. We were at our peak doing about 2 to 3 fine dine pre-feed dinners in random locations within the Metro Detroit area. So we'd find an underutilized space. We would set up a dinner to activate that underutilized space to increase property value, things like that within the communities that we would do it in. And we would primarily focus on towards the middle and end businesses of color so that people who never been to these spaces would see the activation and then patronize after we left. What ended up happening was as we started doing these dinners, I'm a data nerd. I'm like an analytics data guy. So I look at numbers all day. I'm like Neo.
Right, I can see that.
And so one of the things we did with a lot of these guests was we were collecting a lot of quantitative and qualitative data. How much would you pay for this meal? What would you prefer with this meal? Would you want course 1 to be served with course 2 together or to keep it like it is separate? Like I just asked a bunch of random questions. And it was cool because the people would answer these questions. They'd be right in front of us. And from there, I think it was like 67% of the people who took these surveys, and we got like 20,000 responses on surveys, Afro-Caribbean food that was priced between $10 and $17 was one of the highest requested things that we were seeing. And it wasn't just amongst people of color, it was everybody. All of the different communities that would be engaging with us in these events would be specifically referencing, you can see it a little bit more with regulation now, but back then in 2012, 2013, you can really get African food. You can get jerk chicken or curry goat anywhere. Like a few places. And shout out to Jamaica Pot and places like that. But you couldn't really get it anywhere. And so that kind of led to us making the transition to say, like, let's just do this Afro-Caribbean thing. Let's do it right. And let's put it mainstream like a Qdoba or a Chipotle or any of these Vietnamese or Chinese restaurants you see in great excess.
So, would you consider this as a franchise, or are you trying to make it like corporate?
Yep. So I've always envisioned, and this is twofold. So at Young Village right now, we have a built-in ambassadorship program. How that works is you receive a 20% equity split on non-restaurant revenues that you generate on behalf of the company. So like if you go out and bring a catering in for $1,000, we give you $200 back. If you go out and secure a grocery account, we give you a percentage of that grocery account up to 6 months. So we promote a lot, kind of like Avon, like we promote a lot of equity and enterprise within Young Village. We even give the opportunity to do franchises as well. You can buy into it, but as of right now, we don't have any available mainstream. We have some micro franchises available, like food carts, food trucks, and vending machines. So you can micro franchise one of those. The barrier of entry isn't as high. And
when you go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, mainly because when you open up a restaurant, you open up a business, there's just so many aspects that come with that, that more often than not just black people, but just people in general within the food space don't have that acumen. No one ever went over P&Ls or ordering or 8-week cash flows and things like that you got to do.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. Only mainly if you like Burger King or Taco Bell, they do P&Ls and things of that nature, right? So, what made you pick the New Center area? Is it because of the revenue, or why didn't you put it on 7 Mile or downtown? Like, what was the...
So, it was crazy, and I almost didn't get there, my landlord at the time didn't sign the easement, which allows, and this is like when you sign a lease, if you default on the lease or you engage in a financial obligation, like a promissory note with the company, and you sign that lease, if you default on your payments, you have to be able to give the lender permission to come in and take stuff to recoup their loss. Easement of property. And so the landlord refused to allow easement because he was like, I'm keeping whatever. If you don't pay your stuff with them and you're not paying your rent with me, I'm keeping it because I'm recouping. And so that disqualified my lease. So now I'm going to lie to you. Christmas Day, it's like the 20th or Christmas Eve, rather. It was that Christmas Eve. I was in my loan office bawling. I was crying like a baby because they were putting my loan application through the shredder. And, it was like God sent. Like the principal of the operation came in. He was like, what's going on? They explained the situation to him. He was like, man, I love Yum Village. I'm good with it. Let it ride. And so we were able to put it through, and I was able to come into that building. I used that building as a commissary, and so not to go into too many details, I was essentially paying probably like maybe $500 to $1,000 more than what I pay now as the leasee and Yum Village permanently to only use it on weekends to supply my food truck, right? So I didn't even know it would be possible for me to have a place like that for only $1,000 more. But this is what I was talking about with accessibility. Right. Sometimes it's just a matter of just getting through the door, and then everything else opens up.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, I do have a question. So, what is your favorite food to cook?
Oh man, my favorite food to cook is Afro-Caribbean.
Okay. Yep. So is this your origin? Of course.
Yeah, I'm first generation Nigerian.
Okay.
I never went to culinary school. I tried to go, but I just didn't have an interest in learning how to cook all this other food. I don't even eat like some of that stuff. So I'm like, why am I cooking it for?
Right. Because you mainly eat this.
Yeah, this is
your
like
food. This your food right
this is what I grew up eating. Yeah.
Right. Okay, that's dope. That's what's up. So your family moved here from?
Yep. So my mama is American and my father's Nigerian.
Oh, okay.
And they met in Canada at a party. She played him. She gave him the wrong number, and then so 6 months later, he happened to be at another party that she was at. Ran up on her like, you gave me the wrong number. I was worried about you. So she ended up giving him the right number that time, and then they ended up dating. And he moved from Canada over here into the United States. But a lot of the stuff and a lot of the things that we do now are just based off of the experiences that I've come up with, Right. So I've worked in fine dine kitchens. I was at one point a celebrity chef. I used to cook for Jadena and Big Sean and Yvonne Orgy and a couple of different people.
Right, yeah. We got a caller.
Talk to me nice. Hello, caller. Caller. Hello,
we can hear you.
Hello, caller.
We can hear him.
All right, callers.
Like
I don't know what's going on with y'all callers. Call back in.
They calling back? Oh. I'm like, I don't know. I could hear somebody, but not really. But yeah. So, how long did you say you've been cooking for?
Since I'm 20 years. I'm 37 now. I started cooking out when I was 17 in a professional capacity.
In a professional? Oh, yeah. At 17?
Yeah, I was in college at 17. I had an early birthday. I was in October. My birthday is in October.
Oh, okay.
And I had the opportunity. I was going to get skipped ahead, but they was already making fun of me as it is. Like
because your birthday late.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, I don't want to be even younger than everybody in the same class. So all my friends, even now, every one of them was like a year older than me from when I was coming up.
Right. Oh, okay. Right. I did. My best friend was in our grade, but his birthday was late, so he was older than us. It's like we used to pick on him.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Your grown self still in high school. Yeah, that's what But yeah, that's really cool. That's the caller. Okay, caller. Hey,
caller. Talk to me nice. Hello, caller.
Roll up and roll in here.
Wait, before I start talking, let me fix my throat. Fa la 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 la. No. Okay. Are y'all ready?
Yes, we ready.
We ready, caller.
Oh, okay. Hey, so roll up and roll in here, y'all. I'm just really excited for y'all. This is a wonderful show. Like, it gets better and better and better every week.
Thank you.
This is so informative for people like me and so many others. Man, I hope that this one goes viral because the information that he's given is so much well needed. I mean, it's mind blowing to me right now, and it's so amazing that he's giving this info. And I know I wanted to hear about the food. I wanted to talk about the chicken and waffles and friends because y'all know that's my favorite.
Yeah, that's your favorite, that chicken and waffles.
Right, okay.
Listen, I tell everybody to go get it. But listen, like the information he's giving out, I'm going to make sure I really tell people, look, when you go in there, you go get your food and then just ask questions. Whoever in there, tell them that you want to know what you need to know. Because that's the place where you need to know this information out. And I'm going to hurry up and get off the phone because y'all know I'm at work and I might get in trouble. So bye.
All right, girl. Thank you so much for calling in.
Get you some lemon water now.
Thank
some
you.
Cough drops or something. But
Thank you, honey.
I'm on it today. I'm on it.
All right.
All right, love y'all.
All right, love you. Peace. Thanks for calling.
This is a dope show. I like this show.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, so now that we got that, you said that you were first Nigerian. That's your first origin. So do you make like Jamaican food or?
Yeah, so I even though right now I focus on Afro-Caribbean food, when I first started cooking, I used to do everything. Like there'd be events where, and this is kind of like when you first start and you just chasing the money, so you have to kind of make a lot of decisions about brand and intentionality and like what you're doing, like what you're trying to build, what's your purpose. And so I was a mortgage banker at the time when I was really rolling out with Young Village. I think I was doing like 6 figures or something like that. I was like making like 115, 125 a year.
Okay.
And I was like, let me stop this. Let me get into the kitchen. Let me break down how to do this. And so, I quit. I didn't have any money coming in. I started consulting. So I did restaurant consulting. I had a little bit of background in that. And one of the things that I found as I started to cook the food was that if you don't have a destination, like, I don't know if are you guys sailors? Like if you get on a boat, right? Like if you're on a boat and you don't have a destination, then what do?
You just sit still, or you don't go nowhere.
Exactly. You just drift.
Yeah, right? Drift in the water.
You're drifting, right?
Put that anchor down.
Right. So I told myself, as I started chasing these contracts, I found, I think I did like a 6 months where I just was like, all right, let me look at what the source of my money was for the 6 months. And it was just all over the place. And so I was like, I'm never going to be able to, I was doing beef Wellingtons. I was doing like taco bars. I was doing like everything, right? And so I was like, I'm never going to be able to establish a brand if I don't have like some general commonality or like a specific thing people can know
that you cater to.
Exactly, right? Like if you watch a movie from Steven Spielberg or Quentin Tarantino,
right,
or a Spike Lee, like that's a Spike Lee joint.
You know it,
yeah,
right?
His stamp on it.
That's true, right?
So I had to learn that, you know, pretty fast because I didn't have no money coming in. I quit my job, so I had to learn real quickly how to do these things, how to efficiently transact as many times as possible, which is really what entrepreneurship and business is. You know, all the other stuff is important, you know, like how your perception is, your branding and all of that. But, you know, the minimum viable product of the entrepreneurship game is how effectively you can transact as efficiently as possible. That's it. You know, 'cause revenue solves problems. You know, any mission that you have, you want to save the world, you want to stop the homeless, you know, you want to do whatever, you can't do it without that bankroll. You know, it's got to come from somewhere.
Yeah,
you know?
That's true.
So does it matter when you opening up a business? Does it matter if you in the middle? Like, say for instance, you in the plaza. Does it matter if you in the middle or you on the edge? Because the Young Village is on the corner. So is that
it does matter. It matters a little bit. So I think what matters most is the visibility of what you got going on. So like in our case, being on the corner does work. You know, comparatively, we have 2 other locations. We opened one in West Village here in Metro Detroit, and we opened one in Cleveland in November.
And so, congratulations.
Congratulations. I was going to get on that too.
And so when we opened in November, you know, we opened on a college campus. And we opened on a college campus during the pandemic. And so when college campus was happening, we were averaging somewhere between 40 and 50 transactions a day. And then, you know, school's out, right? And so it went real dry real fast. And we're not on a corner in that one. We're just in a plaza right on campus. And so just recently, because of, you know, how good the product has been, we've been in the news quite a bit in Cleveland now. We have finally gotten to the point where we're getting back to 40 and 50 transactions a day right before school starts. So I imagine when school comes, we'll probably be doing 100, 120
probably double that. Double that.
Right? Yeah, but the biggest thing is just promotion and marketing more than anything else. You got to get the people to come there, and then after they come there, you have to make sure that you have all the systems and things in place to make sure that the experience is exactly the same every time, customer service included. And this is something that we work on quite a bit because the customer service experience sometimes isn't the same. It's like a people thing, right?
Yeah,
you know,
it is true.
It's a people thing. So
customer service is different every day.
What I was about to say, I didn't mean to cut you off, but y'all know that DTE is cut, the power is off and they trying to cut everybody's lights off, but we need to pay the bills. We got to go pay our bills real quick. So we going to come right back in, and then I don't want you to lose that thought. Come back in. We got to pay some bills real quick.
Copy.
Say no more. Hey y'all, hey, welcome back.
Right, I thought you was gonna.
Okay.
Y'all already know the MiDday Vibez is sponsored by Sugar Box Cocktails.
MiDday Vibez are sponsored by Sugar Box Cocktails, mobile and event mixology service. Has been seen on Girth and weddings and parties around Michigan. Parties of 300 people or more must book through agency. For more pricing and details, please contact via Instagram or Facebook at Sugar Box Cocktails. That's SugarBoxXCocktails. and ask for Ebony K. Be sure to catch Sugarbox Cocktails every Wednesday at 2 p.m. on the MiDday Vibez right here on Podcasting. Sugarbox Cocktails are COVID safe and certified mixology service. If you just want the cocktails, hey, they're available. Minimum of 10 cocktails for bottle sales. Jugs are available. Contact for pricing. As a mixology service, we try to connect all your senses in one sip with our cute drinks. Book Sugarbox Cocktails, definitely a sweet tooth you'll love and come back for. Mwah! See you soon. Hey y'all, hey. Okay, let's get into this drink of the day. Okay, y'all. So today, the drink of the day is sponsored by Sugarbox Cocktails. Y'all already know me, Ebony K. Today, I decided to do I call this a smooth sailor. Okay, and it's called a smooth sailor because we got Captain Morgan rum inside of here today, and y'all know he was a captain on the boat, y'all. So today what I put inside of here it's simple, real simple ingredients that can definitely be found at your local liquor store, Myers, Kroger, Walmart as well. So we used the Captain Morgan spiced rum, cranberry juice, and fresh lime juice. And that's it, y'all. Okay. So, okay. Wait. Okay, y'all. So, yeah, we got some cranberry juice in here, fresh lime, and Captain Morgan. Put that in there. You probably want to do an ounce. I'll say do an ounce of Captain. 1 ounce of Captain, 2 ounces of cranberry, and do you like probably an ounce of lime, and put that on ice, and you got a nice fresh summery cocktail. Okay, so y'all, you know what time it is. It's time, because you know we drinking, and what goes good with drinks? Music. So we got the video of the week, y'all. We back with it. Drop it.
It's a 10 time of smoke if I slide on the nigga. I got time for the bullshit, tryna run up these bitches. Bitch, you be selling pussy for people. Judging little baby, just get how you living. Nigga be claiming they shooting and killing. Why the fuck nobody else came with missing? Got 23 holding 33 bullets, don't know what to call it yet. Jordan the pimpin'. I went up back for a motherfucking minute. Can't wait till I bust down my motherfucking bandit. Real nigga party, I got grade attention. I got tired of sliding 1 motherfucking million. Boy, you a bitch and I just don't get it. Might catch me a body, that's just how I'm feeling. Yeah. Might catch me a body, that's just how I'm feeling. They thought I was finished, I took me a minute from rapping. They all in my motherfucking business. Nigga be pushing, they gangsta, I know your background. Little nigga, you ain't by no killing. I made an ult to my niggas, I got them for well. If you need me, just call on the niggas. My niggas know that I'm sliding, they know I'm the problem. They know Jig can handle his business. Send me a drop, then I'm boosting the phone. If you tryna talk business, then push up on me, cause you know that them feds, they tapping the phone. Show my gun and my brother won't talk about the shit that we did, I'ma leave it alone. I'm riding with him when it's right or wrong. Just on that chopper, extra loud. I don't want sex, open your mouth. Still active, still no spending, living like I got a million. I stuck my Glock in the function, now I ain't going for nothing. Oh, that is your twin, I swear you gon' die with your brother. Standing 5'7", I put his at 6 feet under. He a real gun, he got hit with the metal. You better not pull over, put your foot to the pedal, yeah. They said, think time of smoke if I slide on the nigga, I got time for the bullshit, tryna run on these bitches. Bitches be selling they pussy for pins. I ain't judging little baby, just get how you live. Nigga be claiming they shooting and killing. Why the fuck nobody else came with misses? Got 23 holding 33 bullets, don't know what to call it, yeah, Jordan the pin. I was not back for a motherfucking minute, can't wait till I bust down my motherfucking pen. Real nigga party, I got grade to 10. I got tired of sliding one motherfucking million. Boy, you a bitch and I just don't get it. Might catch me a body, that's just how I'm feeling, yeah. Might catch me a body, that's just how I'm feeling, yeah. Might catch me a body, that's just how I'm feeling.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. I thank y'all so much for coming out to the party. Everybody that's still watching, we appreciate y'all coming and vibe on out with us in the Midday Vibe each and every weekend. Well, I said weekend. Yes. Each and every week.
Shout out to Drake. Drake said you definitely dropping them proverbs for her right now.
What's up.
She said she really appreciates you for this. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm happy to have me on. This is dope.
Okay, that's what's up. Yes, y'all. Thank y'all. Hey, Miss Carmen.
Listen here. I got a real serious question, and this is the main thing. When you go in your store, you have nothing. You got a bar in there, but you have nothing but black-owned liquor in there.
Right.
So that's like, we got to shout you out to that. So not only is it worldwide, you have local, you know what I'm saying, black-owned business that's liquor, and you got our own some straight shooting Jerry Sanford in there, Monte Vista. You feel me, vodka? So that's what's up. You feel me? So tell us about that, like, what made you just go ahead and not only, you know what I'm saying, not only have liquor, but you just only have black-owned liquor owners in there?
You know, so there's this proverb that goes, you can go fast alone, but farther together, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm a big advocate of just, you know, like I play basketball, like I play the one, like I'm a assist man. Like I want to get my people up, because one thing that is for certain, and like this is something I firmly believe, right? And I'll use Trump as an example, okay? Like Trump ain't like bona fide. Like people talk a lot of crap about Trump, but like Trump isn't like absorbed by like the community. Like they're not really messing with him like that. So when he got up into that White House, he was putting his family members on. He was putting people that were close to him in positions of financial gain, right? And so there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with putting people within your community or putting people who you identify with or view as your countrymen into a position of success. Because all that's going to happen at the end of the day, no matter how successful you get to, is you're going to get to the rooms where you don't know nobody, you know?
Oh, we got a caller. Oh, it's not a caller. Is it? Hey, caller. Oh, okay.
And so, like, when you're in those rooms, you want to be with people who, you know, you came up with, who know the situation, who you got your back. Because a lot of times, the higher up you get, that you start hearing is just business. It's just business. You hear that so much, right? And so, if somebody's gonna tell me that, they better look like me, you know.
And that's just that.
Exactly. So I want to go ahead and get into this food, because we winded down towards the end of the show, y'all.
Hold on, before you get into the food, I'm sorry, Ebony K. Before you get into the food, shout out to Tia Black Monologues each and every Mondays at 9:00. My dog in Facebook jail right now, so you feel me? And we ain't shout her out, so shout my dog Tia Black out.
Okay. Shout out to
and also Detroit Table Talk, Miss Carmen, she said, can you like, what's like the steps of starting your own wine and liquor? Like, what's the steps of that?
So I mean, to be quite honest with you, there's a couple different ways that you can go about these aspects of service, and this is just stuff that I'll go in. So I'll break down like 3 things that I would do specifically.
Let me write this down.
If I were trying to start just a brand of some sort. So the first one would be to do a limited supply run. right? So you might not be able to get your own distillery or winery or anything like that. You might not be able to do this on your own. So what I would do is I would try to curate or set up like a limited run of some of your favorite brands, or if you have the ability to make it yourself, make it and then do just a limited run, something that you can pre-sell. Like lots of people do this. Shout out to the late, great Nipsey Hussle with the $100 CD. Right? Like you give yourself in a position where people are going to give you that money because, one, they're not looking at it as just a product. They're looking at it as more than a product, that you are invested in somebody within a community that's important to you. Mm-hmm. And then you want to see the outcome. So as long as you can articulate and speak to what you will be doing from those growth opportunities, people are going to come off $100 for you or $50 for you, whatever. All right? The next thing would be white label. All right. And so white labeling is an aspect that happens a lot of times that people don't talk about. And what that means is you contact what is this? Pure Aqua. Yeah. So I would contact Pure Aqua and I'd be like, hey, I want to come up with water. I don't have the facilities to make this water, but you do. Mm-hmm. So I would love for you to white label my product as Yum Village Waters. It's going to be coming from Pure Aqua, but it's going to say Yum Village on it, and then they would get a percentage of sales, or I would pay them and they would get a percentage of sales. Something
like a sponsorship, but not a sponsorship?
Yeah, okay. in those aspects. Okay. Like white labeling
like
is...
a partnership.
Yeah.
Like silent partner. Yep.
So you get royalties, you'll get the royalties with... they get the royalties.
Yeah, so you would get the royalties, and then you would pay them for the use of their facilities.
Okay.
Like if I had spices, for example, like in order for me to sell spices to Myers, I need to have a facility that's licensed by the Department of Agriculture, and then get that license, and then I could then sell those. I have to get an ISBN number so that it's a global barcode, and then from there I can take that product to Myers. Myers buys a bunch of them, but I can't make them in my restaurant, for example.
Right.
And so I would contact a spice company like Del Bain or something like that, right? Or Lowry's, And then I would let me pay you $5 per bottle to make Yum Village spices for me, and then I'll go and sell them for like $12 per bottle or something like that. So that's like a concept of white labeling. And then the next one is called drop. There's two. There's drop shipping and drop servicing. All right, and so for the drop shipping and drop servicing is very, very similar to a white label. Only difference is it's even more hands off. You just go to the service. A good one, a good white label would be like Purple Group or Shopify has some of these. And so how that works is like an example, Yum Village's clothing store right now is a drop ship store. So
y'all got clothes too?
Yeah, we do clothes. We got pillows. We got mouse pads.
African
African rays. Yeah, I'll text you the link to the website.
Okay.
It is all drop serviced and drop shipped. What that means is all I've done is just render graphic design files onto pre-existing images like shirts, pillows, blankets, notebooks, whatever. And then this company, on my behalf, takes care of everything. They take care of shipping. They take care of...
because they the facility.
They're the facility, And then I just only get, I think I only get 30% for every sale.
Because they wholesaling it for you, correct?
They're doing everything, So with that, though, it just makes it easier for me. Like, I used to buy the products, make them, design them, do all that. And so when I sold it, I was keeping 100% of everything, but we've had people come and steal the hoodies and steal the shirts from us and all this stuff. So
crazy.
Because we're doing food, and some of our designs are like fly designs.
They
so
are really nice.
Come and grab them and stuff like that. So rather than have to worry about holding on to inventory and things like that, I was like, let me just not worry about this, put it in someone else's wellhouse. But those are the three things that I would say. So to the young lady, in terms of how to do their own wine and alcohol, I would most likely run it that way, where I would find
a white label,
and be like, yo, let me do a white label limited run. You could combine some of these concepts, like a Detroit City Distillery. I have an idea to do. We make fresh made juices, and so I have an idea to do cocktails to go with some of these fresh made juices.
Are those the juices that you have in the fridge there? Okay.
Yep. And a lot of those juices, bang, they taste delicious without. Like we had this one, it's just like lime juice, ground cucumber, a little bit of sparkling water, and honey. A little bit of lemon juice. It's delicious. It's really good.
Sounds really good.
And we just do a little bit of mango essence on there, and I'm like, man, like if I could just have this with like some rum or some gin or something like that, this would bang out. But I don't have the facility, so I started talking to a couple different people about. They got the distillery. Like, can I work with you to do this canned cocktail on my behalf out of your place, work out a profit split, so it's, if I were in the shoes, which I kind of am in the shoes, more in that alcohol capacity, that would be the route that I would go through, a limited run white label with a pre-existing alcohol brand that is somewhat local.
Now, would you need like a licensing
to
start that alcohol brand?
No. So you would be doing it through them. Right. So they would be the releaser of that run. Now, if you wanted to do it on your own, then you'd have to start getting a little bit more of those other facilities in order. Like I'm an alcohol brand. Right. People want to buy the alcohol from me, and you can set all those plays up. But the crux of that being that it still has to come from a licensed facility.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. Well, I know I want to try this food that's right here.
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm looking like, and the thing is, I never had fufu before.
So this is
I don't know about no fufu because I'm a textured person now, so and I heard fufu is like right squishy.
It's fried fufu.
So fried fufu is not. Like, we made that up.
Do I need to dip it in something?
You can. So typically, like a lot of the things that we do with the African food, and I look at this like a play on Black history.
Take the camera off of me because my face is looking like, because I'm a texture person. Go ahead, I'm sorry. Yeah. Go.
So what's
the texture of fufu?
It's kind of like mashed potato-y.
Right.
It's like a little more. What would you call that? Facilitating
biscuit dough.
Yeah, but no, it's still wetter. It's like a wetter biscuit dough, right? So it's a little slurpy on the swallow. Yeah, but the reason why we fry the fufu is just a matter of accessibility. Like people oftentimes haven't had a lot of this food. When you think of the historical aspects or the historical components of it, it's very relative to them.
Oh my God. This is good.
It's not bad, right?
She is a capper. You is a capper. I don't know. You be thinking everything good now.
What's inside of here?
So what that is fufu, but we've also rolled in pickled peppers and dry aged cheese.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
Okay.
Let me get one now. Put one on here. Put one on here.
This good.
Okay, now I'm finna be the test taster because y'all know Ebony K. She be capping. So if this is nasty to me, y'all believe me. Don't believe Ebony K.
Yeah, this is.
But
good.
it might be everybody taste buds is different. I'm just a texture person.
And mainly everybody's taste buds is like mine. So y'all, this is good. Y'all need to go get this fried fufu.
Yeah, it's like so people who normally eat the fufu, it's like a little different for them, right?
I mean, it's not that. It's not nasty, but you do gotta eat it.
It's like I'm eating fried mashed potatoes.
Yeah, it's like a fried mashed potato with cheese and pepper in there.
The pepper, like a fried loaded mash.
Yeah, fried loaded mash. Yeah, that's a good descriptor of it. And then these desserts here are from one of our incubators. INO, she works at Young Village, and we also give her the opportunity to sell and distribute some of her vegan desserts. We do that with about 3 of our team members. So
I was just about to say, do you hire chefs? Or are you the only chef there, or is different?
Yeah, everybody in there, we hire and we train. We do a lot of workforce development, and we also, I still do consulting. I still do some of these other plays, and so those folks get the opportunity to not just work with the Young Village in the Young Village capacity, but they also get to see some of the other restaurant opportunities and things that we do and get involved with that as well.
Now,
is y'all hiring? Because I'm a prestigious chef as well.
Yeah, we are hiring. We definitely are hiring.
Nah, because I'm a prestigious chef as well.
Look at this, y'all.
And I only can work certain days. Now, if you need a prestigious chef, just call on me.
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, call on me. I make I'm good frying things. So if you need me to go ahead and go to the fry to make foo fry, call me up now.
Yeah.
Because I'm a prestigious chef. And whoever don't think that I'm a prestigious chef is jealous of me. And don't judge me because y'all did not go to school for law, and that's just that. Because he hired me because I'm a prestigious chef, and that's just that.
Don't do it. Look, Chef, so what we got in here?
So that's pickled cabbage. We brine the cabbage.
I love pickle stuff.
It's with star anise and pineapple juice. And then we have peach honey mustard chicken.
Oh, now I had this when when we came, like last week or so.
Yeah, at the
And I love this chicken.
The peach honey mustard.
I never had no peach chicken though.
Yeah, so we take real peaches and we puree them down with stone ground honey and mustard and a little bit of chili. It's really good, but the biggest point
got a
is
kick to it
it's
too.
A little spicy.
Yeah.
Yep. Biggest point being we want accessibility with the food. We want people to be able to eat something that's relative to them or their people,
right?
And then be able to talk about it. You know, like one of the things that when I was growing up that always like rubbed me the wrong way is how we talk so much about the food and the historical context of the food, but we don't give reps to like where that food is coming from. Like in a French cuisine environment, they'll tell you all day that like a jambalaya or like some of those things have French inspiration. Like, oh, the French did this jambalaya in New Orleans, you know. But
okay. Okay.
You know, but it's not true. You know,
because
like
they want to say the French Quarters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
But in originality, it's the Creole, right?
It came from the Creole.
Yes.
We're transplants, right? So they brought these recipes. They brought a lot of this food. Even the aspect of fried chicken and how fried chicken is done. That's from the continent. You know, like we did a lot of that, and so. When we make the food, it's a story that we telling with it. We try to set up journeys. We try to let people know where the food comes from, what about the food, and also
I love the colors.
Yeah, color presentation.
Look at that colors.
Yeah,
we do cooking classes as well to teach you how to make some of this food as well.
I definitely need to come there.
Okay, as we wind cooking classes. Now I might gotta broad me up a little bit and cook up a little bit more.
Right. What days do you have this cooking class?
So we do the cooking class. We got some coming up in September.
Okay.
And the main reason is because my eyes were opened. I was fortunate enough to be on a couple TV shows. I was recently on the Food Network and Beat Bobby Flay show.
Okay, congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
And while coming off of that show, I had the opportunity to do a cooking class for LucasArts Films and Disney. That happened this year. And so, when I was setting it all up, and this is a good lesson for people, is to just have faith in yourself. I only charge $2 per person to come and engage in like this digital cooking class, if you will.
You gotta get it,
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I was like, it's online, it's not in person, come through and figure it out. And then in hindsight, like I looked it up, people charge like $40 to $75
like
for these. Yeah, $50, right? Which I charge the same thing in person. So I'm like, what's up? But would you believe that 1,000 people came to that cooking class?
What?
So
wow, $2, right?
Yeah. So I was like, man, I should have done like 10 or something.
See, thank you. Would you tell the people it's not how much you charge, it's the people that comes back.
Yeah.
And it's the more people comes, it's not what you charge. And like people always be like, yeah, I'm charging $100. It's just the fact, like, cause you know what I'm saying, and your food still be good. Like, you know what I'm saying, no matter like the price, because if you good, they gonna come regardless. But as we winding down, I don't want to cut you off, and we'd love to always have you come on back and vibe on out in the midday with us. But
so
if you can let the people know like the things that you got coming up, and also where they can find you at.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to be at Comerica Park here this weekend and the last weekend of September. We got some brunches. We got brunch on September 14th and 18th. We've got some cooking classes also mid-September as well. And then we've got our Afro Eats every Friday. We're going to start bringing back the Black Author Happy Hour, where we'll be breaking down Black authors. Think of it as like a book club with drinking.
Okay.
For
Carmen Evans, you heard that? They got that book club.
Yep. And then before I go, I just want to make sure that you guys know, just have faith in yourself and believe. Sometimes it's real easy to get disgruntled or discouraged by life. Life is going to happen. A lot of times, life is just doing life shit. So people are going to be like, oh, whatever. But don't count yourself out, no matter how small or insignificant or whatever, predisposed notions you're placing on yourself. Because one thing is for certain, nothing can ever be too small. If you don't believe that, spend the night in a tent with a mosquito. Something small can make a hell of a difference.
Okay.
That's just that. Yep.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. Ebony K, tell them where they can find you at, my baby. Okay.
Well,
yeah.
Okay, y'all know y'all can find me because this food is good. I'm just gonna say that. Y'all need to check out the Yum Village. Pull up. But y'all know y'all can find me on Instagram at The Real Sugar Box, and that's SUGABOXX. Y'all can also find me at Sugar Box Cocktail. That's on IG and Facebook at SUGABOXX Cocktails, which is COCKTAILS, y'all, for y'all. And y'all know y'all can find me here each and every Wednesday vibing out on The Real MiDday Vibes. Go ahead, girl boy. And that's that.
Thank you. Hey, y'all. Hey, I thank y'all so much. Each and every week, y'all come out and vibe out with me and Ebony K. We love y'all. Make sure that y'all like, share. Love it, like it, be sad, laugh at it. Whatever you like to do, it's your feelings. But whatever, just react to it. And it's just that. Make sure y'all, if y'all looking for sponsors, any like promotion, any advertising, y'all hit up the Sugar Crazy TV@gmail.com, or even hit us on the Real MiDday Vibes page, and we'll be on that thing like, hey, y'all, hey. And remember, as he said, take ownership. Just have faith. Do what you need. Do what's best for you. And if the money is where you want to go, get the money. Get the bag. Rule number 1.
Okay.
Get paid, young nigga, get paid.
Okay.
Get paid, young, get paid. But listen here, God loves y'all and so do I. Listen, if you looking for me, baby, you can find me. I'm girl, boy everywhere. That's girl and boy. Don't put no space, don't put no slash, don't put even no underscore. I'm girl, boy, Peasy. That's Peezy. Oh yeah, and on Instagram, remember, I'm your fave. That's YOFAV, girl, boy.